Hey folks, so I picked up a pretty nice lot, not the biggest, but for me, the personal interest in quality is there in terms of recording artists. Quick story about it, I picked it up from somebody who also is a reseller, but not, they don't deal with records at all. And they just sort of said, hey, do you want to come look at a bunch of records that I got? Basically, they were given to them. And it started off bad because it mostly looked like it was going to be like Neil Diamond and James Last and big band and that sort of thing. Um, but sort of scattered throughout were these sort of psyche prog rock, new wave-ish goodness. So yeah, including what I consider to be a Canadian sort of garage psych holy grail. Anyways, personally for me, it's one that I've been looking for forever. It's right at the end. So yeah, we'll get into this. Um, some of the records, sadly, did have a bit of water staining. He told me that he thinks they may have been left out briefly in the rain. So most of these are okay, except for one, and you will see at the end. So here we go. Hawkwind's Nighthawk. I don't actually have this. I'm a big Hawkwind fan, so this will be going into my collection. Space Ritual, and I will show you the cover for those who don't know. It is a giant fold out, almost like a poster at the end. So you get those three. And then, let's see. Then it goes over to here. I can't show you the one over here because there's nudity. Oh, there you go, a little bit. But yeah, it's really a great concept. Let's fold it back over here. And you can see sort of how's that for camera work? There's Lemmy. Look at that. Ah, such a good band. So yeah, the records aren't in there because I've got excited and already started cleaning them, and they're just in the drying rack right now. But Vangelis, New Order, that's the Blue Monday single. It's the die cut cover. Peter Seville, I think, was the designer of that. It's I think it still is the biggest selling 12-inch single of all time. Roy Wood, Talking Heads, the sensational Alex Harvey Band, PFM Cook, which is like Italian prog music, Roxy Music, the first record, so good. There were a couple of soul bangers in there too. This is one I love, Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Anything Donny Hathaway touched was gold. Same with Roberta. I mean, just some of the best. A later, I think this is like actually 89, Brian Ferry and Roxy Music's Greatest Hits 2 record set. Don't come across this very often. It's a little harder to find, I think, because it's sitting right on that edge of when they were phasing vinyl out domestically in North America. UK, oh, Kraftwerk Radioactivity. I would be keeping this, except I already have a copy, and it has the full sheet of the Radioactivity stickers on there, all 16, a little bit of edge damage, but most of the time they're not there at all, or they're completely missing, and it's in pretty nice shape. Genesis, Mahavishnu, another. This is such a good record. This one is one of the ones, sadly, that did get some water damage on there. The records stuck together, and then before I got there, somebody tore them apart. Freddie Scott, just one of the best soul singers you will come across. A little harder to find as well. Didn't sell as well as things like Otis Redding and guys like that, but equally as good. Brian Ferry record, solo record, another PFM, Italian prog, Quiet Sun. I wasn't familiar with Quiet Sun, so yeah, was like pleasantly surprised. It's a UK copy. When you turn it over, it is actually Phil Manzanera, who at the time I think had just released Diamond Head, and it has Brian Eno on there. So two members of the original lineup for Roxy Music. It's not my kind of prog that I enjoy, but I know it's something that a lot of people are looking after. Pretty much anything Eno touches is going to be okay. Speaking of Eno, Kevin Ayers, John Cale, Eno, and Nico. was a concert done together. They perform, each of them perform sort of one or two songs they're best known for. And it's a great little time capsule of music on there. Roxy's second record, which is so good. It really is such a good record. Paris, which I wasn't super familiar with, not really my cup of tea again, but interesting for sure. And then this is the one for me that is, I consider, a bit of a holy grail. I'm not an expert, so I may have some of these wrong, but basically Simply Saucer were a Hamilton, Ontario band who were heavily influenced by like the avant-garde. They were into the Velvet Underground. They were into early Pink Floyd. They were into the Stooges and all sorts of bands like that, and you can hear it when they play. They formed in like the late 60s, early 70s, I believe. Played lots of local gigs, did a recording that never got released. And then they also did a couple, I think a live show that got recorded. And again, I don't believe it was released. So this is from, I want to say, the 74 recording. So yeah, Studio 74, Live 75. I think this was released sometime in the 80s. So as you can see, sadly, this is one of the ones that also got a bit of water damage on there. But what is really interesting about this copy is that Kevin, who is the bass player, I believe, wrote out all the lyrics to a Beatles song for somebody who he clearly cared for. And then Edgar Bro is the guitar player, and he signed it twice for some reason on the back, which is kind of cool. It also came with, do I have it in there? Yes, I do. Maybe I should have got this out beforehand, but yeah, has the interior sheet listener notes on it. Which is really great. It basically goes into the whole history of the band. Again, it's kind of, it ranges all over the place musically, but within those, you can definitely hear the Velvet Underground in there. You can hear, as you said, the early Floyd influences in there, and it's you know, the Stooges are in there too. You can hear it all. I mean, you really can. And they've got like a great listening, sort of further reading list of things that they were into, and different records that they loved, like Lou Reed's Metal Machine music. Really great band, really tough to find this record, and I'm really happy to get it. It's a shame the back does have damage, but the record itself looked literally unplayed. So yeah, so that was it in terms of that little lot. The great thing is that the guy did tell me that he has about 6 or 7 more crates back at his place that he'll be bringing out to his shop, from the same person. So you never know, there might be some other stuff coming soon, which I'm pretty excited about. I kind of hate it when people tell me stuff like that though, because now that's all I'll be thinking about all week. It's like, oh man, I wonder what's in there. And it could be just more of the rest of that big band stuff, but really happy with what I got right now. Anyways, hope you're all able to get some stuff yourself when you're out digging crates and hitting garage sales and estate sales and such. If you like this stuff, if you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. It is something like 90% of the people who are subscribed, sorry, 90% of the people who are watching aren't subscribed. So if you guys could subscribe, that'd be cool. But you don't have to. I mean, honestly, it's not that big of a deal to me. It's not like I'm getting monetized anytime soon or anything like that. So I just do this for fun and maybe to impress my like 8-year-old who thinks like YouTubers are like they're his sports heroes. So yeah, dad gets a bit of cred. But anyways, hope you're all having a good day and you all find some good tunes. Bye.